Hey people, good evening all. I could see a lot of people joining now, so let them take their spots and let us start the session sharp 6 p.m. Meanwhile, let us have a quick check on audio and video. Please leave a comment or raise your hand if you could see my screen appropriately and if you can hear me clearly. I repeat, please leave a comment or you can raise your hand to confirm that the screen is visible and if you could hear me clearly. Am I audible, guys? Thanks for confirming, Sandhya. Thank you. Great. Let us wait for others also to join and let us start the session at sharp 6 p.m. Fine, people. It's time. Let's get started with the session. So, once again, good evening to everyone here. It has been a pleasure to meet you all once again in a series of webinar to discuss frequently asked TCS questions. So, as the slide indicates, this is webinar number 3. Hope you have attended the previous two webinars as well, that is webinar number 1 and webinar number 2. In case if you have missed the webinar but registered for it, hopefully you would have got the recording of the previous webinars. In the worst case, if you have not even registered for the previous webinars, I have a solution for you guys. I'll share the solution towards the end of the session. So stay tuned. Let's get started with today's session now. Now, a quick recap on TCS test pattern for 2023 hiring. So, this is something that you are already aware of. Just a quick recap. There will be two parts, that is part A, foundation section, and part B, advanced section. There are again some assumptions, there are again some misbeliefs that if I clear part A, I'll get ninja offer. If I do well in part B without doing well in part A, I'll get digital offer. Please get out of all those assumptions, guys. There is nothing officially confirmed regarding this understanding of part A and part B. The official confirmation that we receive from the TCS website is that both part A and part B are mandatory for everyone who is sitting for the placement. Depending upon the overall performance, you may either be selected for a ninja interview or a digital interview. But there is no clear segregation between part A and part B. So please do concentrate on your overall performance. And as you know, in foundation section, we have traits, numerical ability, verbal ability, and reasoning ability all put together. It is of or for a total duration of 76 minutes. And if we consider the next one, that is advanced section, so we have advanced quantitative ability, advanced reasoning ability, and advanced coding. So this has been scheduled for a total duration. The test total duration is 166 minutes. And this in this particular session, we'll be discussing the first three sections of part A, that is numerical ability, verbal ability, and reasoning ability. So without any further delay, let's get started with the questions. Here comes your first question on numerical ability. Please give it a try. If you get your answers, please do share your answers on the chat box. I'll be waiting for your answers, guys. This is your first question. Come on, the chat box is so silent. Come up with your answers. Sakshi's answer is option B. Let us check. Superb. Keep trying, guys. A few more minutes later on, which we'll discuss the answer. Great. I have received some answers. I guess it's time for us to discuss the actual answer. Now, if you could see, this is comparatively a kind of easy question. When we compare with other teasers question, this falls under the category of numbers and it's comparatively easy. Let's solve the question. We have to find by which of the following is 1954172 divisible. So the given number is 1954172, and there are some three devices given, that is 11, 9, and 12. We have to check whether the given number is divisible by 11, 9, and 12 or not. If not, by which all the by what are the devices that perfectly divides this number. This is something that we have to find. Let's go one by one. The first divisor given is 11. Could you recall what is the divisibility rule of 11? In order to check whether a number is divisible by 11 or not, I need not divide the number. I need not want to divide the number. There are some shortcuts that we would have learned, something called the divisibility rules. If I could recollect the divisibility rule of number 11, I have to find the sum of digits in the alternate positions. So here, if I do that, 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 plus 4 is 11. So if I consider the same here, starting from the first digit, I get the one set of summation as 11. Likewise, I have to consider the sum of the next set of alternate digits as well. If I do so, 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 7 is 20. 7 plus 2 is 22. So we have to take these two summations, that is summation of digits in the alternate positions. And after taking these summations, we have to find the difference of these two summations. If I do find the difference here, 11 and 22, the difference is 11. Now, if this difference is either 0 or a multiple of 11, then the given number is perfectly divisible by 11. Now, we are getting the difference as 11, which is actually divisible by 11. So, with this, what we could say is the given number, that is 1954172, is divisible by 11. Since the difference between the summation of digits in alternate positions is 11, the number will be divisible by 11. So with this, we can confirm that the number is divisible by 11. Let us consider the other divisors as well, that is 9 and 12. So let us take the number once again, 1954 1742. Now, to check whether a given number is divisible by 9 or not, there are actually two ways. One is finding the digital sum of the given number. I have to add all the digits and I have to check whether the digital sum is divisible by 9 or not. If the sum of the digits, that is, the digital sum is divisible by 9, then the entire number will also be divisible by 9. Or else there is also another shortcut that I would share with you. Consider the digits and strike off the digits that give a summation of 9. Here, if I consider this number, I can strike this digit 9 straightly off because it itself is 9. Similarly, I can strike off 5 and 4 because 5 plus 4 is also 9. Similarly, strike off all the possible combination of digits that give you a summation of 9. If I do so, I can strike 7 and 2 as well because 7 plus 2 is 9. Likewise, after striking out all the digits, if all the digits got striked off, then that number is perfectly divisible by 9. But unfortunately, here the remaining digits are 1, 1 and 4. 1 plus 1 plus 4 is 6. So here I'm getting the digital sum as 6. I couldn't strike off 6 further because I'm not getting the summation as 9. Since it is not possible to strike off all the digits, we can conclude that the number is not divisible by 9. So only if it is possible to strike off all the digits, the number is divisible by 9. Since it is not happening here, this number is not divisible by 9. So with this, we can conclude the divisibility rule for 9. Let's consider the next number, that is 12. Now, 12 can be written as a product of two co-prime numbers as 3 cross 4. I guess you know what is co-prime numbers. Co-prime numbers are nothing but where there is no other common factor between the numbers other than 1. Now, if I consider 3 and 4, 3 cross 4 is 12. And between 3 and 4, I don't have any other common factor other than 1. Such set of numbers is called co-prime numbers. So for larger numbers, what we'll do is we'll categorize the number as a product of co-prime numbers and we'll check the divisibility rule for those smaller numbers. So for a number to be divisible by 12, the number should be divisible by both 3 and 4. This is my required divisibility rule. Now we know what is the divisibility rule of 3. 3 is nothing but we have to find the sum of digits. If the digital sum is divisible by 3, then the number is also divisible by 3. Similarly, if we recollect the divisibility rule of 4, I just want to check the last two digits. If the last two digits are divisible by 4, then the full number is also divisible by 4. Now, if I check the divisibility rule of 4 here, the last two digits are 4, 2. That is 42. Clearly, 42 is not divisible by 4 because the multiples of 4 are 40, then 44. So, definitely 42 is not perfectly divisible. It will leave a remainder of 2 when divided by 4. So, since this number is not divisible by 4, I can straight away say that this number will not be divisible by 12 as well. Because for the number to be divisible by 12, it should satisfy both the conditions of 3 and 4. By checking one condition for 4 itself, I can find that it is not divisible by 12. So with this, what we could conclude is for the given number out of the three divisors 11, 9 and 12, only 9 is perfectly dividing the given number. So the answer for this question is only 11, that is only 1, which is given in option D. So option D, only 1 is the correct answer. The given number is divisible only by 11. Hope the solution is clear for you guys. Now let's move on to the next question. Here comes your next question. Please give it a try. I just saw your comment, Lokesh. I'll try to be louder for the next question. Kritika, yes, you can use the online. You cannot use the online calculator, but for TCS, there will be an on-screen calculator. Calculator will be available. Keep trying, guys. Superb. I can get some correct answers. Good. Great. Superb. Now let us solve this question. Superb. Now, if we consider the given question, some expressions are given. The values of some expressions, that is AB plus BC plus CA is given. A square plus B square plus C square's value is given, and also ABC's value is given. We have to find the value of A plus B plus C the whole square is nothing but the ratio. So I can write it as divided by A cube plus B cube plus C cube. So this is something that we have to find. Let us do the calculation separately. Let us find the values of the numerator and the denominator separately, and let us substitute in the required ratio. Now, if I consider A plus B plus C the whole square, it can actually be expanded as A square plus B square plus C square plus 2 into AB plus BC plus CA. This is how we can expand A plus B plus C the whole square. Now we know what is the value of A square plus B square plus C square, which is given as 138. So if we substitute the known values, this is 138 plus 2 into AB plus BC plus CA value is given as 131. So if I substitute it further, 131 cross 2 is 262. 262 plus 138 will be 400. So we got A plus B plus C, the whole square value as 400. Superb. Now let us consider the value in the denominator, that is the expression in the denominator, which is A cube plus B cube plus C cube. Now if I expand this expression, this can actually be expanded as, there is also a way in which this expression can also be expanded, which is nothing but A plus B plus C into, yeah, A square plus B square plus C square minus AB minus BC minus CA, that is AC, and plus 3ABC. So this is how we can expand A cube plus B cube plus C cube. Now if we consider this expression, we know what is the value of A square plus B square plus C square. Similarly, AB plus BC plus CA, we know what is the value. For ABC also the value is given. But if we consider this part, that is A plus B plus C, we don't have the value in the given question. But there is a combination here, a connection here. We just found the value of A plus B plus C the whole square. The value that we found is 400. With this, we can find what is the value of A plus B plus C. Because in the earlier step only, we found A plus B plus C, the whole square's value as 400. So A plus B plus C's value is nothing but square root of 400, that is 20. So let us substitute that value here. If we do so, this is 20 into A square plus B square plus C square. The value is given in the question as 138. So if I take minus as common outside, it is AB plus BC plus AC, the value of which is given as 131. So if we substitute the same, it is 20 into 138 minus 131 plus 3 into ABC's value is 280. So we can substitute it like this. If we solve this further, 138 minus 131 is nothing but 7. 7 cross 2 is 140 plus 3 cross 280 is nothing but 840. So if we add this further, we'll be getting the answer as, yes, 840 plus 140, which is nothing but 980. So we got the denominator expression's value as 980 and the numerator, the expression in the numerator's value as 400. So let us substitute the values now. If we do so, we get the required ratio as 400 divided by 980. So 0 and 0 we can cancel. Again, if we cancel, there is 2 as a common factor here. If we cancel out the same, we'll be getting the final ratio as 20 by 49. So this is our final required ratio. The ratio is 20 is to 49. The value is given in option C. So option C is the correct answer. 20 is to 49. Hope you got the same correct answer. I can see many correct options in the chat box as well. Superb. Now it's time for the next question. Here comes your next question. Keep trying, guys. Lokesh, as I said, the categorization of Ninja and Digital will be based upon your overall performance. So that was the only thing that was officially declared at the TCS website. So based upon your overall performance, that segregation, more such information, more specific info, we don't have any official info. Based upon your overall performance, you will be either called for Ninja interview or Digital interview. Superb. I started getting many answers. Guess this is also a kind of easy question only. So if we consider here, we just wanted to simplify the given expression. Now if I consider the numerator, it is zero point 0.7 into zero point 0.7 into zero point 0.7. So if I rewrite this, this is nothing but zero point 0.7 cube plus zero point 0.3 into zero point 0.3 into zero point 0.3, and this is nothing but 0.3 cube plus 0.3 into 0.7 into 3. We know that 0.3 into 0.7 is 0.21 and 0.21 into 3 will be 0.63. So let us write the value as if. Similarly, if I consider the denominator, it is zero point 0.7 into zero point 0.7, which is nothing but zero point 0.7 square, which we can write it as 0.49 actually, because 7 square we know it is 49. Similarly, it is zero point 0.3 into zero point 0.3, which is nothing but 3 square, the value of which is 0.09 plus 0.42. Now, if we expand all the values, zero point 0.7 cube is nothing but 0.343 and zero point 0.3 cube is nothing but 0.027 plus we already found one another value as 0.63. Similarly, if we consider the denominator value, it is 0.49. Already we have written. So if we just add all these values, that is 0.49 plus 0.09 plus 0.42. So if we expand all these values in the numerator also, it is 630 plus 27 plus 343. If we add all these values, we'll be getting 1.000. Even in the denominator, if we add all the values, this is 0.09 plus 0.42, which is 0.51. 0.51 plus 0.49 is again 1.00. So it is 1 by 1, which is nothing but 1. So answer for this question is option A, 1. The simplified form of the given expression is 1. Kudos to everyone who got the correct answer. Superb. Keep going. Here comes your next question. Maybe the last question for this section, not the session, this numerical ability section. Please give it a try. Superb. So there are many answers popping up. I guess it's time for us to discuss the final answer. Great. Now let us first interpret the given data. In an examination, 62% candidates passed in physics and 60% candidates passed in mathematics. So if I just interpret the given data, I can draw it as a Venn diagram. So let it be the number of students or the percentage of students who passed in physics, and this circle represents the number of students or percentage of students who passed in mathematics. So for physics, the percentage given is 62 percentage, and for math, the percentage given is 60 percentage. Also given that 37 percentage of candidates passed in both these subjects. So this value, that is the overlapping value, is 37 percentage. If this is the case, we have to find what percentage of the candidates failed in both the subjects. So by failed in both the subjects, what is meant here is we just want to find the percentage of students who did not belong to either of these circles, who are outside the circle, who are outside the Venn diagram. That is something that we have to find. So if we relate all the given data, for the first circle, the full circle value is 62 percentage, whereas this overlap alone is 37 percentage. So with this, what we could say is, we could say what is this, that is the, what would be the percentage of students who passed only in physics exam? Yes, it is nothing but 62 minus 37, because the whole circle value is 62, out of which this overlapping part alone is 37. So we just want to subtract 37 from 62 in order to get this individual part. So 62 minus 37 will be 25. So 25 percentage of students passed only in physics. Similarly, if we consider that of math, again the full circle value is 60, whereas the overlapping part alone is 37. So what will be the percentage of students who passed only in math? Again, it will be 60 minus 37, which is nothing but 23. So we just found the number of people who are actually inside the circle. That is, if we consider the people who are inside the circle, it is 25 percentage plus 37 percentage plus 23 percentage. If we add all, we will be getting the value as, yes, 85 percentage. And this 85 percentage is nothing but the percentage of students who passed in at least one of the subjects. Because only if the students had passed in at least one subject, they could have entered this Venn diagram. So out of 100 percentage, if 85, because percentage is always calculated for per 100. So I can take the total value as 100. So out of 100 percentage, if 85 percentage of students passed in at least one of the examinations, then the number of students who failed in both the subjects is nothing but 100 minus 85 percentage, which is nothing but 15 percentage. So with this, we can conclude that our answer for this particular question is option D, 15 percentage. So option D is our correct answer. Superb. Now this comes to the end of this numerical ability section. Let us proceed ahead with the different other sections of the discussion. So here comes the verbal ability, and here is your first question for verbal ability. Give it a try, guys. So this again is a kind of easy question. Superb. Super. It's nothing but very easy. If I consider, we just want to spot the error in the sentence. If I consider the question, Ria finally declined the proposal which she were eagerly waiting for. Here, she is a singular pronoun, whereas the verb used is where. Where is a plural verb. We know that by the rule of subject verb agreement, a singular subject or a singular noun pronoun should be followed only by a singular verb. Since the subject and the verb are not in sync with each other, not in agreement with each other, this is the part of the sentence that has an error in it. So the answer for this question is option A. She were eagerly waiting for it. That is an error. It should be she was eagerly waiting for it. So this is fine. Super. Here comes your next question. Okay, unfortunately, forget about this tick mark. Please try this question. Forget about the marking of the answer, guys. Please try it on your own. It may or may not be correct. Sure, Magmat, I'll try to speak louder. I'll be even more louder from the next question. Yes, Rajalakshmi, you'll be having coding question as a part of part B, that is the advanced section. Because this year it is an integrated hiring, so whomsoever is sitting for the TCS recruitment, they should undergo the two parts, that is part A, foundation section, and part B, advanced section. There will be coding in the part B. Surit, we'll be discussing reasoning questions as well. It is coming up. Is regarding the general doubts, we can have it towards the end of the session. For now, let us focus on the questions. All the general questions I'll answer towards the end of the session. Hope you understand. Great. Now, let's discuss the answer for this question. Now, as you could see, there is a paragraph given with the two blanks. So we just want to find the correct combination of words that should fit in both the blanks here. Perfect. Now, if we consider the paragraph, did you know that most of the mothers in the animal kingdom feed on their newborns? So in the animal kingdom, most mothers feed on their newborns. It comes as a blank for many humans who have always overly blanked the role of a mother. So, even up to this point, if you read the passage, what could you proactively understand from the given context? If we proactively approach this, if we proactively approach this context, it is very clear that in the animal kingdom, many mothers actually feed on their newborns. It's literally going to be a shock or a surprise for people like us, like humans, because we always respect motherhood and mother, the role of a mother. We always respect the role of a mother. So by proactively thinking, it comes as a surprise or shock. It comes as a shock for many humans who have always overly blanked the role of a mother. If I logically think, if I proactively think, we always respect the role of a mother. We respect or kind of, I should have a word that is similar to these meanings. The first blank should be fitted with a word that is synonymous to shock. Similarly, the second blank should be fitted with a word that is synonymous to respect. Now, if we consider the given options, in option A, the options that are given for blank A are shock, revelation, miracle, and marvel. Out of these four options, I can filter option A and option D because both option A and option D are synonymous to each other and both mean shock. So I can say it comes as a marvel for many humans, or I can also say it comes as a shock for many humans. Since both the words literally mean shock or surprise, blank 1 can be fitted with either of these two words, either option A or option D. Let us consider blank 2 as well. So I want for many humans who have always overly respect, so I want something synonymous to respect. Now, if we consider the options that are given for blank, option A is glorified, option B is amplified, option C is personified, and option D is characterized. Out of these four options, there is only one option that is synonymous to respect, that is option A, glorified. So with this, what we could say is blank 2 should definitely be fitted with option A. It's because only option A is synonymous to our requirement, that is respect. So we can fit a blank 2's answer as option A. With this, if we consider the given combination of options, 2 should be fitted with only option A. So we can eliminate the um, parent options A and D. So these two options cannot be our answer because 2A is the correct combination. Again, if we consider the filtered options, for blank one, we have filtered either option A or option D. If we consider the remaining filtered options in parent option B, it is given as D, whereas in parent option C, it is given as B. This is not a correct combination. We want either A or D in the first blank. So this is the only option where both the blanks are fitted with our requirements as per our requirements. So with this we can say that option B is the correct answer. The correct fit for the first blank is Marvel option B, and for the second blank it is glorified. So this is the correct combination of options that are to be fitted in each of the blanks in the given passage. Hope the question is clear, guys. Let us move on to the next question. Here comes your third question for this section. Please give it a try. Super. There are many correct answers flowing in. Great, people. Let us discuss the answer for this question. So it is a four sentence paragraph S1 to S4, out of which the first and the last statements are fixed. S1 and S4 are fixed, and three optional statements are given P, Q, and R. We have to find the order in which S2 and S3 are to be fixed. So we have to find the correct replacements for S2 and S3. So in order to find the answer for this question, let us first understand the context of the passage by considering the fixed statements. If I consider statement 1, it is given as the color of the ocean is due to the absorption and scattering of the sunlight. So it is very evident that the passage speaks about is something related to the color of the oceans. Okay. Similarly, if I consider the last statement that is given, this water now scatters both blue and yellow light, producing the characteristic green color of the Atlantic Ocean. So, as we already guessed, the passage is all about the color of oceans. And if we consider the statement 4 specifically, it starts as this water. Here, this is a pronoun. If I want to introduce a pronoun, the noun should already be described. There should be a description for the noun earlier. So here statement 4 starts as this water, which means a specific type of water, a specific kind of water information is given in statement 4. So for the statement to start as this water, that kind of water should be described in the earlier statement. Now, if I consider the given optional statements, one such description is given in statement Q, where it is given as however in the case of the Atlantic Ocean, because in statement 4 also it is all about the water of the Atlantic Ocean. So in that way also statements Q and S4 are related. So if I consider however in the case of the Atlantic Ocean, the decaying plants on the ocean bed release yellow pigments that dissolve in the water. So in the water of the Atlantic Ocean, the yellow pigments are dissolved, and in that water, because of this, both blue and yellow light are scattering. So this is how we can establish a link between statement 4 that is already fixed in the passage and the optional statement Q, because this statement 4 starts as this water which is specifying a particular type of water, and that type of water description is given in statement Q. So with this, we can say that S3 should be fixed with statement Q, because only after S3, S4 can come. It should definitely be preceded by statement Q. Super. Now, if we consider the remaining two statements, in statement R, it is given as the color of the water depends on the light scattered and substances dissolved in it. Actually, this is an overall conclusion after describing all the four statements, because the reasoning for the same is given in statement 4. So after statement 4, it is logically correct to conclude that the color of the water depends on the light scattered and the substances dissolved in it. But it cannot precede statement 4. So with this also we can say that statement R cannot be cannot be fitted in any of the given blanks. Also, if we consider statement P, it is given that when sunlight strikes the water, the red wavelength is observed and blue wavelength is scattered, making the ocean appear blue. It gives a proper reasoning for the previous statement. That is, the color of the ocean is due to the absorption and scattering of the sunlight. So it is logically to fit statement. It is logically correct to fit statement P in second part. Also, it is logically we can. It is true that statement R is a conclusion that can be derived after all the four statements of the passage, but it cannot come in between the passage. So with this, we can say that the required order of arrangement is PQ, which is given in option A. So option A is the correct answer, where the required order of optional statements that are to be arranged is PQ. Hope you're clear with the question. Here comes the next one. Maybe the last question for this English section. After this, we can move to the reasoning ability questions. Try this one question, guys. Okay, I'm getting a combination of options. All options are getting equal weightage. Okay, that's all about tenses, right? Great. Here it's a question on tenses, and if I see the statement, we just want to find the correct fit for the blank. Let us consider the given statement. The world blank for the vaccines eagerly before they were launched last month. Now, if I consider the last part of the given sentence, they were launched. Where is represented in past tense. So it is very clear that the statement is presented in past tense. Also, if we consider the given options, since this part is given in past tense, definitely in a single statement we cannot use two tenses. So this first part should also be fitted with the verb form that is in past tense. With this, we can eliminate option A and option C, because have been waiting or has been waiting, or the present perfect continuous forms. Definitely, we just want a past tense form. So definitely, with that, we can eliminate options A and C, as they could not be the correct fit for the blank, because the second part is presented in past tense. And if we consider the remaining two options, option B is given as was waiting, that is past continuous tense, whereas option D is given as had been waiting. Had been waiting is present, the tense form is past perfect continuous tense. Between these two tense forms, which would be the appropriate fit? Now, if you are referring something in the past, and at some reference point in time, if something is continuous, then that past action should be represented in past perfect continuous tense. I'll repeat the logic here. If we are referring something that has happened in the past, and at the time of our reference, if that is happening, if the action is continuous in the past time of reference, then the correct tense form that has to be used here is past perfect continuous tense. With that, we can say that the appropriate fit for this blank is option D, have been waiting. We could appropriately say that the world had been waiting for the vaccines eagerly before they were launched last month, because at some past time reference the action was continuous then. Since it was continuous at that point of time in the past, the correct tense form that should be used here is past perfect continuous tense, and one such tense form is given in option D. So option D is the correct answer. Hope you are clear with this answer as well, guys. Now let's move to the next section, that is reasoning ability. And here comes the first question for you all for this section. First question of reasoning ability. Give it a try. Got it. Okay, fine. I received some answers as well. We shall proceed ahead with the solution for this question. Guess it's time. Okay. Now, as the question, as it is mentioned in the question, in a certain code, the logic of certain symbols are described. Say, if it is J at K, it means that J is K's daughter. Similarly, if it is J percentage K, it means that J is K's wife. So, for certain symbols, what is the hidden language of the relation is mentioned as? These are the codes. These are the code languages. And if this is the given expression, if this is a given expression, this is a family, we just want to find how R is related to N in the given expression. So in order to find the answer for this question, we have to first decode this expression. We have to decode this expression and relate all people with each other. For questions of this type, not only for questions of this type, for any blood relation based question where there is a family of people who are related to each other, it is always advisable to draw a family chart. So if you have been following our classes earlier, we used to represent male using a rectangular box. This is the way in which we draw the family chart. Just a quick recap: we used to represent a female using a circle, because that differentiation should be there in order to avoid confusions. So if it is a female person, the name can be written inside a circle. In case of a male person, the name can be written inside a rectangle. To represent siblings, we'll be using this parallel line, set of parallel lines. And to represent couples, we'll be using this double-sided arrow mark. And to represent the next generation, we can use this downside arrow mark. So with this representation, it is possible for you to draw a family chart clearly, so that without confusions, you can interpret the data later. So it is always advisable to draw a family chart clearly with some predefined set of symbols, so that you will not get into a chaos. Now let us decode this given data. As per the first statement, if I start from here, F at R. If I relate to the symbol at, J at K means J is K's daughter. Which means if there is a symbol at in between two persons, then the first person is the second person's daughter. If I relate the same here, it is F at R, which can be related as the first person. That is F is the second person's daughter. So R's daughter is F. This is how we can interpret. R's daughter is F. I'm representing F inside a circle because it is very clear that F is daughter. So definitely she should be a female. I don't know the gender of R. R can either be the mother of F or the father of F, and that is the reason why I have not presented any symbol for R. Now let us proceed with this expression so that we'll get further details. Now if I consider the the next two variables, R percentage I. And if there is a percentage in between, as per our code language, it means that J is K's wife. That is, if there is a percentage symbol between two letters, then the first letter is second letter's wife. Here the first letter is R. So R is I's wife. We know that couples can be represented with a double-sided arrow mark. So I's wife is R. This is how we can decode the given expression. So R is I's wife. Obviously, now we can fix the gender of I, because if R is wife, then definitely I should be male. So likewise, we can fix the gender of R and I. Now let us proceed further with this expression. I division symbol E. So if I consider the division symbol, J division symbol K means K is J's mother. Be careful with these expressions. In the first two expressions, it is J is K's daughter, J is K's wife. So first person and second person relative. But here K is J's mother. So here second person is related with respect to the first person. Accordingly, you should be cautiously interpreting the given data. So if it is J division symbol K, then the second person is the first person's mother. If I relate the same here, I division symbol E means E is I's mother. I repeat, it is E, the second person E is the first person's mother. So if I relate the same here, E is I's mother. So this is how we'll representing. E is here, the next generation of E. That is E's child is I. This is how we can represent it. So this part is also done. Now we can consider the last part, that is E percentage N. Again, if it is percentage symbol in between, we know that first person is second person's wife. So here first person is I. Sorry, E. Here the first person is E. So this person E is second person's wife, that is N's wife. So N's wife is E. So definitely N should be the husband of E. This will be the final family chart. Now, if we interpret in this manner, we'll avoid confusions when we want to relate some other people as well. So this will be the final family chart. Now we have to find how is R related to N in the given expression. R is here, N is here. Now how is R related to N? Yes, N, N's son is I and I's wife is R. So it is very clear that R is the daughter-in-law of N. So the answer for this question is option A, daughter-in-law. So for questions of this kind and in general for any blood relation question, the family chart should be drawn. And in this case of here some coded language is given. So we just first have to decode the given expression and we have to relate the other people. However, the answer for this question is daughter-in-law. R is the daughter-in-law of N. Hope this question is clear, guys. Now, let us move to the next question. Here comes the second question under the reasoning ability section. Give it a try. This question is from syllogisms. Give it a try, guys. It's neither one nor two. Okay. Super people. So it's time for us to discuss the answer. Some three statements are given and two conclusions are given. If we consider the given statements to be true, we have to find which of the given conclusions are definitely true. This is our question. So in order to find which of the given conclusions are definitely true, let us first combine all the statements in the form of a Venn diagram. Let us relate all the terms given in the statements in the form of a Venn diagram. And when you are drawing the Venn diagram, let us try to draw the least possible way of connection. Now, if we consider the first statement, some books are cars. So, if this is the set of books, some of the books are cars. This is how we can relate. Some books are cars. This is the overlapping region. Okay. If you consider the second statement, no bus is a car. So between the set of bus and cars, there is no relation. There is no relation. So cars is completely, the set of cars is completely separated from the set of buses. No bus is a car. Okay. The third statement is some cars are motors. So cars are here. So some of the cars are motors. So I can draw like this. So between cars and motors, some overlap is there. Now there could be some overlap between books and motors as well. But as I mentioned, let us try to draw the least possible relations so that we can consider the minimum case. Now this is one way in which the given statements are related. Now let us consider the given conclusions. First conclusion says that some motors are not buses. Is that true? Yes, as per our diagram now, some of these motors are not buses, but there could also be a possible diagram where the set of motors can overlap with the set of buses. If I say some motors are not buses, they should not be overlap any time. But I can draw the set of motors like this as well, right? Because between cars and motors, I should need only a minimum, some overlap is required. But that doesn't restrict the relation with respect to buses. So if I draw motors like this, then some motors can be buses as well. In that case, statement 1 is not true because as drawn here in the first possible diagram, that is true, but in the second case of diagram that we have drawn where the motors can also overlap with the set of buses. If that is the case, then we cannot say that some motors are not buses. So statement 1 is not true. Similarly, if we consider statement 2, some books are buses. So if I consider here books here, buses are here. Definitely, even in the diagram that we have drawn, some books are not buses. So the second conclusion that some books are buses is also not true. So statement 2 is also not true. So with this, we can conclude that neither one nor two follows. This is the answer for the question. Let us consider the next one. Hope this will be the third question for reasoning ability. Please give it a try, guys. Superb. I'm getting many answers. This is a kind of, again, data arrangement question. Let us solve this question now. There are five persons, A, B, C, D, and D. And five persons, A, B, C, and D, are comparing the number of books which they have bought recently. A bought, let us interpret the data one by one. This statement says that A bought more number of books than C and D. So the number of books with A is greater than C and E. This is the only thing that we know from the first statement, but we don't know the order of C and D, and we also did not know the position of A. But there is also another additional info given that, but not the highest. So A is not having the highest number of books. A cannot take the first position, but it can take the second position or the third position. So now with this, we cannot fix the position of any of the persons. Let us consider the next statement as well. B bought more number of books than exactly one person. So if I arrange the number of persons with respect to the number of books they have in the descending order, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the first person who has the highest number of books, second, third, fourth, and fifth. As per the second statement, B bought more number of books than exactly one person. So definitely we can fix the position of B, because only B has only one person who is behind B. So only after B there is only one person who has lesser number of books than B. So with this we can fix the position of B here, who will be having the fourth highest number of books. Okay. Now let us consider the previous statement as well. I know that only after A, C and E should come, and A cannot take the first position. So first position A cannot take, and only after A, C and E should come. So definitely A should take the second position, right? Because if A takes any other positions than 2, I cannot fix C and D. Say if A takes 3, then C and D cannot follow A. So with this, we can definitely say that A should be taking the second position, and C and E can occupy either like this, C, E. That is C in the third position and E in the fifth position, or E in the third position and C in the fifth position, because the exact order of C and E is not known. So, however, A, B, C, D, sorry, A, C, B, and D will be occupying the remaining four positions, and the only leftover person, that is D, will be having the highest number of books at the first position. So, with this, we can definitely say that, and that is the unknown that we have to find as well. We have to find which of the following but the highest number of books. We can definitely answer this question as option C, that is the person D. The person D will be having the highest number of books. Hope this question is clear. Let's move on to the next one. We have to find which of the following is the wrong term in the series. We have to find the odd man out. Go ahead, guys. Fine, super. I can see many correct answers. So we have to find the wrong term in the given series. We could have discussed a similar question in the earlier webinar as well. So if I'm saying that this did not fit in the series, we should also be able to say what would be the appropriate replacement. So if this is a wrong term, how are the other terms related? That is how we should eliminate a wrong term. Now for the given series, for this series, if we consider, we can eliminate the wrong, we can find the wrong term with respect to different positions. Now, one easiest way is consider the last term, that is the third term in each of the given letter combinations. It is L, J, H, F, D, B, and W. Now, if we consider the last term, it is L to J, it is -2. So, the second previous letter of L is J. Similarly, second previous letter of J is H. Second previous letter of H is F, and second previous letter of F is D. Second previous letter of D is also B. So all these combination of words follow a pattern, but the second previous letter of B should be Z, because if we consider the set of alphabets in a cyclic order, it should be Z. Instead, it is given as W. So this is the wrong term. It has to be Z. In a similar way, if we consider the other positions as well, letter, that is first letter, second letter, and so on, we'll be having this last term, that is UDW, as the wrong term. Because in all the other cases of combination, there will be a pattern followed, which will be violated only at the last level. So we can definitely say that the last term UDW is the wrong term in the following series. So the answer for this particular question is option B, UDW. So option B is the correct answer. Hope this question is also clear. Is there any doubt till this point? This brings up to the last part, last question also. Is there any doubt so far, guys? And one correction that I want to make is, one clarification that I would like to give is, we consider this question, forget about this tick mark. Okay. Now we were discussing this question, right? When we discuss this question, we consider the first conclusion, some motors are not buses. So we already know that no car is bus, and we also know that some cars are motors. So between cars and motors, there is a overlap. So definitely between cars and motor, there is a overlap. We cannot say that all motors, like no motor is bus. That we cannot say. But what we could definitely say is, some motors are not buses. This statement, this conclusion is actually true. It's a miss from my end. I'm very sorry. Only after moving to the next question, I realized this. We can definitely say that some motors are not buses. One, we couldn't say that no motor is a bus, because between motors and buses, there may or may not be overlap. Overlap may or may not happen. But what we could definitely say is, this overlapping part between cars and motors will definitely will not come within the buses. So there will definitely be some set of motors that are not buses. So it is appropriate to say that some motors are not buses. I'm very sorry for this, miss, guys. So in that case, our answer for this question would be option D. Only one follows. It is not option B. It is option D. The first conclusion is true, because the overlapping part will definitely not overlap with bus, because between cars and buses, we should not have any overlap. So it is appropriate to say that some motors are not buses. I'm very sorry for this, miss. Hope you guys are clear with now with respect to this question. So apart from this, this brings us to the end of the session. If there are any doubts, you can I'll take up the general questions as well. So if there are any doubts, you can post it in the chat box. Some general questions that I saw this earlier was, what about the ninja and digital segregation? As I mentioned in the starting of the session also, there is no such official declaration. So don't go for any assumption. That is one thing that I would say for you. And in the beginning of the session, I told you, right, if you have not registered for any of the earlier webinars, there is a solution that I promised. And this is the solution. We have actually started a Telegram channel specifically for TCS questions discussion. Now, if you would see, we already have a Telegram channel. For Face Prep already has an official Telegram channel. This is different from the previous one. This How is it different from the previous one? It's nothing but in this channel is specifically for TCS questions discussion, where you could also expect the recordings of the earlier sessions, because the first two webinars are also recorded versions. The recorded versions will be uploaded on YouTube, and you will get the link for the same in the Telegram channel. So please do join this channel. You will get the link for this Telegram channel via your recording, because after the end of this session, you will get this recorded session as well. The third webinar's recorded session, since you are a registered user, you will be getting the recording to your official mail ID. Along with that recording, you will be getting this Telegram group's link as well. So do join the webinar, do join this channel where we'll be discussing some more questions on TCS, and also we'll be uploading the recorded versions of all the webinars live sessions. So please do join this channel. This is one thing that I wanted to share. And the next thing is, you are all aware that we have a TCS Ninja plus Digital integrated cracker, where we'll be having some 350 plus previous year questions with a detailed video solutions. Coding solutions will be available in C++ language. And this comes, the rate of this course is 399. If you join with the coupon code is TNDWEB, the code for this particular session. If you purchase the course via this coupon code, you will get a 10% off. So please do join the Telegram channel. Telegram channel is a free option where we discuss all those questions. If you want to practice more questions to ace your preparation, please do purchase the course as well. Now I'll go for this questions part. On what date is the TCS exam? As per the official notice, from 15th August onwards, you will get your slot details. So it is not that one single day on one single slot, everyone will take up the test. It may happen, or there will be multiple slots on multiple days as well. So from 15th of August, you can, if the exam is expected, you will get the slot details, your specific tested details, your slot details specifically for you. You will be receiving your to your official mail ID. So please do check with your mail IDs, the ID with which you registered for TCS NQT. Do check your mail ID. Timed for each question and each section. Roman, till the previous year recruitment, if we consider the previous year recruitment, yes, it is timed. So each section, even each question is timed. Only after completing a question, you will get the next question. So it is timed in the earlier recruitments, earlier tests, and it is expected the same in this recruitment as well. Each question will be timed and each section will be timed. No intrasection navigation, no intersection navigation, which means between the sections also you cannot navigate. Say if you are taking a numerical ability, you want to move to reasoning ability, it cannot happen. You cannot do that. Inside numerical ability, you are on question number 1, you have to skip directly to question number 10. That also cannot happen. So intersection, that is between the sections also, intrasection, within the section also, you cannot navigate. Everything is fixed. Only after you answer each question, you will get the next question. Kritika, as I mentioned, there will be an on-screen calculator. There will be an on-screen calculator. You can use that on-screen calculator. A particular time for a particular question, it depends. Some questions they will give some 30 seconds or 1 minute. For some questions they may give 2 minutes. It actually depends upon the question. As per our official notice, we have still not even received the number of questions per section. So it will be the duration allocated for a particular question may vary from question to question based on the difficulty level. But one thing for sure, what we would say is, only after completing a question, you can move to the next question. You can access the next question only after completing the first question. Is there any technical interview round after assessment? There is an interview round. Of course, you can expect technical questions as well. So there is no categorization as technical interview or HR interview, but a panel will be combination of all the questions, both technical and general HR. Yes, if you want to skip, like if you don't know the answer, after the time is over, you will get the next question. No, Dinesh Kumar. As far as TCS is concerned, there is no negative marking. Till date, as far as the history of TCS is taken, there is no negative marking. Minimum marks, there is no such cutoff as such for campus recruitments, Nitya. It depends upon the company's requirement and the test performance. So the cutoff prediction that will not work out in the case of a campus assessment. Dhanshri, coding section, yes. In because in thesis we have two parts, part A, foundation section, and part B, advanced section. In advanced section, we have advanced coding as a part, which is scheduled for 55 minutes. So there is coding section. A number of questions asked, again there is no official confirmation. For now we know only the duration of each section. The number of questions, accordingly we can guess the number of questions, but there is no official declaration of the number of questions in each section. Maybe in foundation we can expect some 10 to 15 questions in each section, and in advanced section like part B, in advanced quantitative aptitude or advanced logical ability, we can expect around 5 questions. But these numbers are very tentative, just the assumption. Officially, there is no declaration on the exact number of questions. No, no, Manju. There is no technical MCQs. We have only advanced coding as a coding section, programming section. Technical MCQs we don't have. Traits is kind of a psychometric question where color combinations are given. This is what we got the info from the previous test takers. It's scheduled for only 1 minute, so highly likely it will be a psychometric question. Danshri, that is what I said. Foundation for Ninja, part B for digital. Don't go for that conclusion. That is not true. Ninja interview categorization or digital interview filtering, everything happens based upon only your overall performance. It is not based upon the parts, part A or part B. Telegram channel link, you will get the Telegram channel link along with the recording. Like after the webinar is over, you will be getting a recording. The recording will be sent to you. Along with that mail, you will get the Telegram invite link as well. Or if required, I'll also share this Telegram invite now. Just give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'll share this Telegram invite link via the chat. Meanwhile, I look into the other questions as well. Particular language, no, there is no fixed language. You can select your own language of preference. Usually C++, C, Java, Python, Perl, all these languages are allowed. Rohan, if you have registered for the previous webinars, you would have got the recorded versions. If not, then as I mentioned in the TCS Telegram group, we'll be uploading the webinar links as well, the previous webinar recording as well. So you can access that from there. Yeah, guys, I'm sharing this Telegram invite link. Please do join. Yes, Dhanshri, I'm sharing it now. Yeah, I have shared this Telegram invite link. Please do join, guys. Yes, Abhinay, you can use pen and paper when you are writing the exam. Paper is allowed. Hope everyone would have received this Telegram invite link. Any other repeated question? Any question that I have missed? The coding section for is mandatory for everyone who is attempting the NQT. Everyone who is going to attempt the NQT, all the sections are mandatory. Part A and Part B. No, only aptitude. Foundation is only aptitude. Clearly, the section names are mentioned as numerical ability, verbal ability, and reasoning ability. So there will not be any pseudocode. There is no technical MCQ. Only one section, that is advanced coding under Part B. There is no technical MCQ. I just shared the Telegram link. If you have not received, I'll anyway share it once again. I'm sending it to all. Yes, Ashish. I have resent the link as well. What to expect in advanced aptitude? Just the usual questions, but of some comparatively higher difficulty level. And you can also expect some fill in the blank kind of questions in advanced aptitude. Where in foundation section, there will be mostly it will be MCQ question. In advanced section, you can also expect fill in the blank question. That could be one difference. And also this difficulty level could be different. I have shared this Telegram link, guys. Are you not receiving it? I'm getting this question again and again. Via chat box also, I'm sending it again. No, you could not revisit a question that is answered once. You could not revisit it. As I mentioned, intersection or intrasection navigation, nothing is possible. Yeah, guys, I guess almost all the questions are answered. Again, Telegram link, maybe I'll reshare the original link without a bit.ly conversion. Give me 1 minute. Please try joining now. If this is also not working, as I mentioned, when you are getting this webinars recording mail, you will get this link along with the invite link along with that mail as well. I have reshared anyway, but you without the bit.ly conversion, I have reshared the link again. You can copy paste it if it is not working as a hyperlink. You can check to it. Guess almost all questions are answered, and that brings us to the end of the session. As you know, this is not the end of the webinar. There will be a follow-up session, not today, of course. There will be a series of webinars that has been planned. So stay tuned, guys. We'll meet sometime in the future as well. Great, super. Thank you all. Have a good day, guys. Bye.